Recording.
Recording.
Hi everyone. Welcome back to yet another amazing episode of
RVWTR live from Altamonte Springs,
Raising
Florida.
Vibes.
Raising vibes with
the Robs.
the Robs.
That is us, people. Thank you. Please hold your applause. No, don't hold it. We love it. Thank you. Welcome everyone. Today we're actually going to continue a little bit about the occult and all the things that we believe that the masses should actually know about the occult. What does that mean? Meaning we're going to go ahead and get a little bit deeper into that subject so that people can understand it, because if you understand something that you fear, you no longer fear it. You at least respect it.
That's true. Kind of like your new tattoo.
Yes.
Would you like to show the YouTube viewers up close what you got done?
It's like I went shopping. No. I got this tattoo for those who can see. Well, I will get up and show you. This line was permanently tattooed on my face, and I got a wolf just covered up, so I'm not gonna do a little striptease show. Sorry.
So, why did you get that line down the middle of your lip, Karen? Why would you do that?
Well, why would you do that, Karen? Well, here's the thing. Something inside my spirit for a long time, I feel that has been calling out to me. And that's the warrior in me. Little did I know that in the Casadega event, we met, what was she? She wasn't Cherokee, she was Apache?
She was Apache, yes ma'am.
Apache, sorry. And formidable woman. We started talking to her, and I think it was her granddaughter or a family member of hers. And I used to paint this line here. It gave me the courage. And she kind of told us a little bit about the story of how some, Native Americans.
Basically, the Apache, how they used to eat the white man.
Yeah.
And then she talked about because Karen actually had this on her at the event.
Yeah.
And she said, "Are you Apache?" And Karen was like, "No." And she's like, "Well, that was an Apache symbol because they were warrior women and they would eat their enemies."
Mm-hmm.
So
eat the hearts, like the physical hearts,
mm-hmm.
and just pretty much just eat them up. So yum.
Way to make people not scared of the occult at all. Way to go. That's a good way. Yeah, we're not gonna make you fearful.
At least you know, people. Jeez.
This was history, though.
If you want buyer's remorse at the end, you can go ahead and do that. But at least you dip your foot into the pool of the occult. So at the end of the day, I wanted to honor my mom with the strength that she showed me, the courage that she showed me, and the badassery, pretty much, that she was. So I decided to do that as a reminder of myself and of her, to honor her. And that way, when I see this line, I see the bloodline that I come from. So that's why I did it.
Yeah, it's very cool. And you don't have to spend, every day spending like 1 to 2 minutes making that line. So it actually, over a lifetime, it's going to save you a lot of minutes.
Yes, and naked. That I can use for something else.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about witches.
Oh, you're going to talk about me, boy.
Yeah, do you know anything about witches, Karen?
A little bit here and there. I dabble on the witchcraft. Actually, I do. Not a lot, though. I do have to say I haven't practiced as much as I want to be. Therefore, when I say that I'm a witch, I am a practicing witch. However, I feel as though I am a novice. So what I do know is just the basics, pretty much. Did you want to talk about that a little bit more, or did you want me to go over that?
Well, I mean, I can talk a little about folklore. I mean, a lot of us know about, Wizard of Oz. We know about, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh my God, I loved her.
We know about all these different figures who have traditionally been seen as witches.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them good, some of them bad, but most of them outcasts, most of them looked at and revered as old or,
Weird.
weird.
Which is usually what I get, or I've always gotten that. Oh, you're weird, to the point to where I was just like, you know what? Thanks. I started embracing that because I heard it so much, and I was like, I'm just gonna flip it on over. So
Yeah, once you embrace your weirdness, it definitely opens up a lot of doors for you.
yeah, heck yeah.
But so like a lot of people back before there were science-based, cures for things such as cancer, such as, birth defects or someone wanting to be in love. They thought that they could go next door to the witch and basically get cured, get, see the love of their life. They could get a spell to maybe break a curse that they have.
Right.
Different things like that. Now, this basically started in Europe. That's basically where it started, from my recollection, from my text. They were revered and feared in villages across Europe because they were so powerful. And what happened is organized religion kind of pushed them out of the way and said, come to our churches because we have the real power. They don't have the power. And when that started to happen, you started to see the burning of witches. You started to see them basically said to have had, orgies. They were said to have had, if a man was caught with a witch, it was said that it was the witch's fault. Kind of like Karen, how she put a spell on me to make me marry her. So, I do believe in witches because Karen is a witch and she definitely put a spell on me to make me fall in love with her. Crazy.
I did not. I did not.
But
just for the record there.
But yeah, so what ended up happening obviously was a bunch of them got burned at the stake. As we were talking about last episode, we're very grateful that we're not in that era today because
absolutely. I don't think I'd be able to handle it, guys.
No, I wouldn't be either. And particularly like the good witches who were healers and who would do everything in their power to help those in need. It really was a spiritual thing, and it really was more than just, I think, physical healing. It was spiritual healing, and it was having that person that you could trust in your neighborhood that everyone knew, who was maybe just a little bit off-putting to most, but those who knew them knew that they were healers or that they were people of spirit who they could go to and really connect. Now, I think where it gets really bad is when people start connecting witches to the devil, and they really did a successful job at that because they would say like the witch would go to the devil to get this certain spells, and they would go to the devil to do
because they
this.
didn't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about the occult is, if you don't know, you're going to automatically just assume what someone else has told you or what you have read. And that would be from people whom haven't really, studied witchcraft or the occult. It usually most of the time is just a lot of, it's fear-based. But again, you can't fear something once you get to know it.
Right.
That is how you take your power back.
I mean, my analogy would be, Karen just learned how to hula hoop this week.
Yeah.
She actually got a hula hoop at the Casadega event that we were at.
It was so much fun.
And it was basically, the girl explained it to us as a way to, waking up your sacred chakra. Your sacral chakra.
Sacred, it is indeed.
And to find your balance and really, Karen was able to, just today actually, just a couple minutes ago, she was practicing in the living room, she was able to go for like
Like a whole minute.
Yeah, it was a long time. It
I
was
was
more
like,
than a minute.
whoa.
Trust me, it was way more than a minute. It was impressive. A
Yeah.
song was on and she was just going with the beat, just doing it. And it's amazing what you can accomplish when you practice. You know, you just have to
Yeah.
practice and do
Yeah.
it. And I think that people go into things being afraid to try and to be afraid that they're going to fail. And that's not the way to do it. You go in thinking you can succeed.
Exactly. Here's what you were saying that kind of like brought it to my head. When I brought it home, I was extremely excited, right? But also fearful. I was like, the people downstairs. We live upstairs.
Mhm.
So the people downstairs, once we go ahead and start, but obviously I won't be able to get it automatically, so I have to practice. But once that thing falls down to the ground, it makes a loud noise. And I just did not want to disturb them that way. I mean, I'm loud enough already. So, you know, and then, I don't know if you remember, you're looking at me like, yes, she is. So then, I don't know if you remember, but I pulled your mat there that you bought,
Mhm.
and I put pillows all over the ground just so that once it falls, you know, it didn't make that big of a noise or that big of an impact and absorb all the noise. The thing about it is, I pushed myself to not do that anymore, and the minute that I did that, I started getting it. The whole entire reason why is because I was not, it was fear-based.
Right.
I wasn't trusting myself in it. And I used, you know, downstairs as an excuse.
Right. Right. And we all do. We all do. We all use different excuses. Fear-based. You know, instead of saying we're going to accomplish something in, say, 3 months, we say we'll give it a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just let the fear just continue to build,
Or
build,
the time
build,
is not right.
build.
I don't have enough money. When I do, then I'll go ahead and do it.
Right.
Right.
So don't let that fear build. Take action.
Do it, man. Do it.
I mean,
Little steps. Everybody does it. We all start with little steps.
Yeah.
No baby just takes off and runs. You know what I mean? So believe in yourself. You got to believe and push yourself, because why? You're freaking worth it. You're worth it.
Yeah, so I mean, the witches, I think that a lot of them were just like us. They were just positive people trying to get the word out that there's a different way besides this religious, basically, this religious group who just was suppressing people's freedoms. You know, and you have to do this, you have to do that. There's another way to do it that's not so by the book, per se, you know.
And I want to go ahead and just mention that whenever we're talking about religion, we're not talking about the people who, you know, were seduced into that, because I was a Christian, I was a Catholic, you know, it was all about that lifestyle. But we're talking about the people who actually decided to make a quote-unquote religion for their own purposes.
Right.
So,
I consider myself, I believe in all religions.
Mhm.
So, I believe more of myself as a Rosicrucianist. Rosicrucianist?
here it is. Rosicrucian
Yeah.
And take 500.
Yeah, because like I take a little bit from all the religions, and to me they're all very similar. So it's like I don't want to disbelieve any of them, and I don't disbelieve anything. And that comes from fairies, that comes from, you know, the Loch Ness Monster, that comes from ghosts, that comes from anything that you want to talk about. I believe in it all because I think it's all very possible,
Right.
in my mind and in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way I feel. I'm not gonna like go ahead and say like, oh, Christianity's not right, or, you know, Judaism is terrible. No, we're all on the same planet. Out of the whole universe, we're all on the same planet, and we all share the same world. And why can't we just get along and let people believe what they believe? You know?
Why can't we be friends?
Yeah.
Why can't we?
And it's
Sorry.
like we're not trying to preach to you guys about being spiritualists, but
That
we're
is
trying
the
to
last thing on my
but we're
mind.
trying to open up a door for you to learn about these people that are called spiritualists, and maybe find yourself, take a little bit from it and say, maybe this will improve my life. You know, maybe some of this stuff is real. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a reason why they burn sage.
Try it out.
Maybe there's a reason why, you know, they have spells and this, that, and the other. You know?
Right. And as witches, one of the things that attracted me to witchcraft is the fact that I can help people, number one,
Right?
which is healing.
Yes.
And number two, I work with nature. I use everything that God has given us, that the earth provides to us every single day for the betterment of my life, my husband's life, my kitty's life. You know what I mean. So that has opened up so many possibilities in my head and in my life that I feel on. It's gonna sound weird to say this, but I feel kind of like when you have your first religious experience and you're like, holy cow, this is great. Wow, you know, you've had that, you know, experience and everything, but after a while it just dissipates, and now you get into the whole entire routine of, oh, okay, now I really don't want to go to church, but now I
Right.
have to, because now if I don't do this, I'm gonna, you know, somebody's gonna say something
Well,
or whatever.
I mean, it's to be said that just like any other religion,
Yeah.
this takes, you know, lighting up that fire every single day. It
Mhm.
takes, you know, for lack of a better term, lighting that sage every day in every show. And I light too much sage, but I don't care.
Yes, he does, people.
I don't care if I light too much sage, because that means I am actually going to do something to benefit my spirit.
True. But you have glasses. Those glasses are keeping you from the sage.
Oh, you're
Please
being
think of my eyes.
yes. Well, you should create a spell that
Oh,
dissipates the
challenging.
yes.
Okay.
I think that would be swell if you came up with a spell. But yeah, so I mean, a lot of people know about the Salem trials here in America. We have yet to visit Salem. Definitely need to do that.
Bucket list.
Just to feel the energy there.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going tomorrow. We're excited about going down to the Peaceful Peacock,
Yes.
and
It is not a club, people.
near the Conway area, if you're familiar. We are
Maybe
going.
it is. Sorry.
Might be a club. who
It
knows?
might be a club. I'm not sure.
We're taking a class on what, babe?
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't remember the way that they worded it, but essentially everything that has to do with witchcraft, learning about your powers, how you can use your powers, and all things pretty much witchcraft.
Well, it was about the altar too, about creating an
Yeah,
altar.
creating your altar, how, why, when you should create your altar. You know, they're going to cover things such as, you know, if you are someone who wants to do an altar, you love, let's say, Princess Diana, and you love her so much, and it's because of XYZ, well, you can make, for lack of a better phrase, a shrine of pictures of Princess Diana, use things that she loved, and, you know, pictures and anything else that you can think of, and make that focus your intention of the XYZ, which are the reasons why you like her, and pretty much make that your focus so that you can become like her in that XYZ. If I'm making myself clear, I don't know how to.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, I have my animal guide here, Tesla. You know, I have my drum here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have our essential oils. We have a piece that you actually created here to kind of keep our business cards and stuff like that up here to bless everyone's businesses.
Yeah.
You know, we have your tarot cards over here. I have my Bible here, which,
Yeah.
like I said, I am a Christian. Like I say, I'm not going to say I'm not a Christian, because I do read the Bible. I do believe in Jesus. I do believe he was a saint that was sent here. And we have our crystals here, our many stones, your wand, Merlin,
Got a lot of good things here.
a lot of cool things. And our cat is very attracted to this area. We think that's due to the spirit realm.
Mm-hmm.
Being in this area is very peaceful, and I think it's because there's a lot of sage burned here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff with positive energy in here.
Absolutely. Which is the way that we like it.
Yes, of course.
So the other thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about is the fact that witchcraft leads you to go out and have an adventure with nature.
Right.
So you're foraging, into the woods, and you're looking for ingredients. There are different types of witches out there.
And similar to shamanism.
Yeah,
Really.
absolutely. And there's, like I was saying, there are different types of witches out there. There's a green witch that works with plants.
Right.
There are cooking witches, who do their incantations and their spells via, what they cook. So it really is about finding what you like and incorporating witchcraft into it. Again, the one thing I am going to say is just make sure that you are doing everything with good intentions and a good heart. Because depending on how you're feeling, whatever you're putting out there, unfortunately at that point, it's out there.
Right.
And we never, ever, ever use magic or any of our powers to cause harm on anybody or anything, for that matter.
Because there is black magic out there.
There is black magic, and black magic is really good. The one thing that I love about witchcraft is the fact that it has opened the door to black magic, the dark, demons,
Right.
working with them.
Right. We talked about the journey of the shaman.
Yeah.
How we have to go into those dark places.
Yeah.
Um,
And you work with demons.
right.
You work with Satan, who was a fallen angel, right? So you work with those spirits to not worship them. You work with them,
Right.
so that whatever it is that they I don't know how to say it, but they specialize in, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah. If you're gonna call someone to fix your toilet, you're not gonna call the dentist. You're gonna call the plumber.
Right. Exactly. So thank you. That's exactly what I mean.
Oh.
So you call, XYZ for XYZ. So that leads you to not be scared of anything. I swear to God, a person sent me a message on Instagram, and they were I don't even think I told you this. They were very negative, talking about, oh, I feel that somebody put a hex on you, and if you don't get my services or whatever, it's gonna be, you're gonna be suffering for the rest of your life. I don't want that to happen to you, so please, contact me and stuff. And I just laughed. I laughed. I'm like, a hex? Okay, I can do that myself, girl. Don't you worry about it. I got it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and it's like, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid. I feel like God, what is the movie? Like Kevin in the movie Home Alone, when he finally grabs his little big boy pants and then just tightens them up, walks outside into the door, slams the door behind him, and he goes, "I'm not afraid anymore." Love that, and that's exactly how magic makes me feel.
Because anything's possible.
Anything is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
I
It really
agree.
does open up that door.
It's awesome. And me being a person that is a free spirit, a person that loves to learn, and an inquisitive mind, and you mix all of that and you're just having fun.
Right. And that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We are having fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
and you won't be able to have that much fun unless you give it a try, because you never know. And again, we are here to guide and help you if you have questions or concerns regarding this. I know that, when we dive into certain subjects, we go all in sometimes, and others we kind of just get to the surface of it. But let us know.
We're still working on our craft for sure.
Yeah.
This is only our 10th episode.
Yeah.
So we've got a long way to go.
We gotta figure out whether you guys want more salt in it or less salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last time we tried the non-YouTube.
Yes.
And, we still got quite a bit of listeners on the non-YouTube channel.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Just let us know if we should continue the videos or if the videos are just
too distracting.
Yeah, just know there's
my
really no
beauty
reason
might
for
be too much for you people.
Yeah. Because we can really focus, I think, more on content if we're not being filmed, because it's kind of like we have an audience. But then again, it might make it better for the content if we do have the video, because it's kind of like you have an audience.
Yeah.
So it's
we'll
confusing.
figure all that out. But regardless of whether you do participate or not, we are still very much thankful for you, your presence, your time, your energy that you devote to us for however many minutes, whether it's the first 1 minute or all the way to the end. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you can conclude with your story that you're telling me when you're on your way home from work.
Yeah. Actually, it's excellent. I wrote it down because I did not want to forget. So essentially what happened is I was driving on my way back home. And someone coming in from the shopping plaza to the right-hand side of me wanted to go all the way to the opposite side, to make that U-turn, right? And it's like a 4-lane thing, so it's a lot of people they're affecting. Some people had already started making the gap, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be responsible. Let's go ahead and make that gap too, right? Go ahead, I feel great, guy. Go ahead, keep going, right? The guy just stops in the middle of the road. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute. All my happiness left. All my good deeds freaking left out the window. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? The light is green. Da, 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 da. All of a sudden, it became about me. And this is what I wanted to say, which I didn't tell you. But the lesson that I learned that day is when something isn't the norm, not quote unquote supposed to be, or doesn't fit or compute, we automatically judge people and turn that attention onto whatever it is going on, right? Usually my thing is I call somebody a dumbass or an idiot. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? What an idiot. I would never do that. I this, I that.
Right.
Whew, Jesus. I had to come back down. And I did an introspective view of myself, and well, gosh, that's quite literal. But I looked inside myself and I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I caught myself. And that's something that we call in the spiritual world being aware.
Right. Or being quote unquote woke.
Woke.
Which everyone gives it a bad rap.
Or being conscious of what you're doing, what your impact
your
is
intention
to the world.
Right. Your intention to the world. What are you doing? What is your intent?
Right. So at that moment, I caught myself, and I was like, you know what? I've been working on this, and what it was patience. It was a test. And I was like, wow, okay, let me work on that. And I immediately grabbed my phone. I put the
963?
The 963, which is the vibration.
The God frequency.
The God frequency that they call it. So I put that on. I turned off the radio or whatever. That's all that I heard, the noise, the vibration of it. That flipped the switch again, and I was peaceful. I want to say maybe 2 minutes it took, and I was peaceful, and every light turned green. I never once stopped or slowed down. I started driving differently, and I told you this.
Yeah, you were going 45, exactly 45 the whole time.
The whole time. And the thing is, guys, if it says 45, I'm going 55. I'm sorry. I'm still working on myself. Don't
Yes,
judge.
I am the designated driver.
Yes.
I typically drive because of the fact that she is from Miami, and I am very patient. But she has gotten a lot better, and I mean today is just another example of her growing in her spirit
Yeah.
and growing to learn the patience, and you know,
it's exciting.
yeah, it's exciting.
It is very exciting because you are seeing the fruits of your hard work. And that's exciting to me. I'm sorry.
I mean, we'll leave you with that, I think, for this episode of Raising Vibes with the Robs. If you have any questions, contact us, DM us, group chat, whatever you need to do. We're here to help you guys.
We love you.
We've already had prayer requests, we've had spell requests, different stuff that we can do for you. So anything we can do for you, we are here for you, and we love you.
Stay tuned for the next episode because we're going to go ahead and continue on this witchcraft.
Yeah, we didn't dive too deep in the witches this episode.
And I feel like we kind of robbed you of that, and we don't want to go ahead and do that. So
we are Robs, but we're not robbers.
yeah, there you go. Put that on a t-shirt. All right, guys. Bye. Love you.
Have a beautiful night.
Have a beautiful night.